Today, we debut our first ever college football returning player / group draft. We want to know who you're going to pick. George Pickens goes from Pittsburgh to the Cowboys. Good luck, DK Metcalf and Steelers fans. And also, a Colorado fan is suing for $100 million for distress because of where Shadur Sanders was drafted. All that and more, and this beautiful baby on the Friday edition of Crain and Company.
Hold her up like Simba.
Welcome to the Friday edition of Crain and Company, and oh boy, do we have a great idea we cannot wait to show you guys today. I'm going to let my brother, former Western State
the best draft guy you know.
The best draft guy he knows, go through the rules. But Coney, this is an idea that you and Blaine sat down and came up with.
Yeah.
And since it's the quote-unquote off-season, which we know there really is no such thing as off-season in college football, this is I've never seen anybody else do.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I want to let the Flaming Dragon explain it, which means people are already confused, and then we can come in and clean it up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Attempt to explain it.
All right, this is what we're going to do. We are drafting, the best returning college football players for this year. And this is what we're going to do positionally. All right, quarterback.
Yes.
All right, one player. Running back.
Yes.
One player. Wide receiver / tight end room. So collectively, those rooms together. Offensive line, room. All right. Then defense in totality, the entire defense as one.
Picking a team defense.
A team defense, yeah. Well, it has to be that. I don't know what else you do.
Okay.
Then a kicker, all right. And then at the end, we're going to finish with what head coach we would pick. So there's going to be 7 rounds, all right? There's 3 of us. We're going to try to guess the number that they have in the control room that's 1 through 10. Is anybody confused?
He just old-schooled that.
No, that was
Will
good.
Ferrell.
That was perfect.
Recent research has shown that empirical evidence for globalization of corporate innovation is very limited. And as a corollary, the market for technologies is shrinking. As a world leader, it's important for America to provide systematic research grants for our scientists. I believe strongly there will always be a need for us to have a well-articulated innovation policy with emphasis on human resource development. Thank you.
It's basically like, fantasy football. That's what it is.
So snake draft, right?
So snake draft. So again, and we want you to put whatever team you would draft in the comments after you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So the way we're going to kick this thing off to decide who drafts first, we're going to go to the control room. And Justine, do you have a number generator?
And I want Justine, I want you to tell the person next to you, specifically somebody I trust, what number you have.
I will do one better and show him
she
the
lies
number on the
against
generator.
Me just to spite
I don't
me.
lie.
But doesn't she has enough influence in the control room, they'll just go along with her, right?
Really? Does she?
Or do we have spies?
She's got some.
We have spies in there?
The world may
She's
never
got
know.
some juice. All right. So are we going 1 through 10?
Yes, 1 through 10.
All right, I'm going to go 3.
Hold on. Are you
have a
number?
board.
You're using a number generator, or you coming up with this number?
I am using a random number generator to keep things fair.
You had a board in front of you and you're yelling out.
All right, yeah, I'm going to go. It's an audio board. I'm going 3. 5.
5.
Coward.
Come
10.
on.
Clicking the
Come
generator
on, 6,
button.
7.
It's
5,
9.
6, 7.
It's 9, isn't it?
And the number is 2.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes! I'm the greatest number picker ever.
What's that
Can
number?
we get
Second?
a confirmation in the control room from
No,
somebody?
I believe her. I believe all women. All right, here's what I'm going with. With my first pick in the 2025 returning college football player draft, I am going to take Ohio State's wide receiver room and tight end. You got Jeremiah Smith. You got Carnell Tate. You got a really talented freshman and tight end Max Clare, one of the best in the country. So give me Ohio State's wide receiver room and Max Clare.
It's almost like you asked me who was going to be my first pick before we did this.
I had to tell you who Max Clare was. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. Yeah. He didn't go to Jared's. He went to Claire's and got a great wide receiver group and tight end. What a start for the boy. What do you got? So you're second.
Golly, that's really good. All right. So it goes to me, and then he gets to pick twice in a row.
Correct.
To snake back around to us.
Yep.
Okay. So if that's the case, he'll pick twice in a row. Then I'm going to go with Give me Alabama's offensive line. We're trying to run the football here. Caden Proctor coming back at tackle. We got Parker Brailsford, the center, who transferred in from Washington with Kalen DeBoer's staff, and then Jaden Roberts at guard, 310-pound. Reports out of Tuscaloosa is he benches 525. Give me the offensive line out of Alabama. We're going to run the football.
Can I get their twos?
Yes, you can have.
Can I get the second team, or do you get the full room? They're really good up front.
All right, so no quarterbacks taken yet.
No quarterbacks taken.
All right, with my pick, I'm going to take the Auburn Tigers receiver room.
Nice.
And Eric Singleton Jr. and Cam Coleman, two absolute different makers. I love that. They got some depth there, too.
You worried about tight end, though? Kind of a lack of it?
But I think that'll be made up by our receivers. And with my second pick, I'm going to take the Florida Gators offensive line.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't hate
Jake Slaughter, Austin Barber,
center, yeah.
Micah. I mean, Jake Slaughter probably the best interior offensive lineman coming in for this next year, especially in the draft.
So through the first round, I've got Ohio State wide receiver, tight end.
Good
You've
pick.
got Bama's offensive line. You've got Florida's offensive line and Auburn's wide receiver room. So I'm going to go defense.
Hold on, wait. It snakes back to
Oh,
me
it does.
then, right?
That's right. Dang it.
Okay. You were going to go what?
twice.
You were going to go what?
Nope,
you were going to go. Did he say defense?
Nah, I said I'm going to get defensive.
Let's see. And you already have. Okay. Dang, now I want to know what you were going to do on defense. I will take. Give me. I'm going to take Texas's defense.
Okay.
Give me Texas's defense. I think just in terms of every single layer of their defense, from the interior defensive line, the linebackers, the safeties they have returning. Yeah, they lost a lot in the NFL draft. Congrats, it's Texas football. Give me Texas on defense right now.
Totally respectable. They were my number 2 pick. My first pick, I'm going Clemson on defense. You've got probably, right now, at least the way it's put, the number 1 interior defensive lineman in Peter Woods, and one of the top, if not the top, on the edge on the defensive line, T.J. Parker as well. Like what they have at linebacker. Love Terrell in the DB room. I just think that they're a 3-level defense that I trust. I know they did lose some pieces last year, but I love what they returned. Some people say, oh, Peter Woods is playing out of position. I think he can play multiple positions really, really well. So give me Clemson's defense to go along with the Ohio State wide receiver and tight ends.
And now you get to pick twice.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm going Johnny Mateer, quarterback.
Dang.
I'm going John Mateer, quarterback. With Johnny Mateer with the Ohio State's wide receivers and tight end. Oh, boy.
Man.
Have you seen him against legit competition, though?
Yeah, you seen Cam Ward against legit competition?
You sure you don't want Cade Klubnik to go along with
I
your
wouldn't
Clemson
hate Cade
defense?
Klubnik. He'd know the guys on defense.
Okay, so
Practice
let's see. So he already picked a wide receiver room, and he picked, what else did he pick?
Don't worry about it.
Florida's offensive line.
Picked Florida's offensive line. You just took the first quarterback off the board, who was going to be my first quarterback as well. Before it gets back to him, I will go ahead and take Cade Klubnik at quarterback from Clemson.
I like
I'm going
it.
to pair him with Alabama's offensive line and Texas's defense.
I like it.
It's a good pick. Solid pick. Quarterback's going off the board, huh?
Yeah, I had to make
Amazing.
sure I
You
got
think I'd just follow the group, right? Just follow what everybody else is doing? No, I'll make my own waves. Give me Jeremiah Love.
Okay,
Nice.
I respect it.
Dang.
Give me
All
Jeremiah
right.
Love for Notre Dame.
That was my first running back on the board as well.
He's the best running back in the country. I mean, obviously you picked him first. You think
Yeah.
he's the best running back in the country. I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you're thinking.
Well, look, I mean, we could just take the 2 from Penn State, take one apiece, and
Yeah.
call it a day and be fine
Yeah.
with it.
You already picked a wide receiver room, so I'm going to go with. I'm going to take one of the Penn State running backs. Give me Nicholas Singleton.
Okay.
Coming back. That's who I want at RB.
All right, y'all have already picked a running back apiece. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a kicker here. I'm going to go with the best kicker in the country, and he's from your alma mater.
Man.
Give me Dominic Zavada. Dominic Zavada at kicker.
He was my one and only pick.
Yeah, well, guess what? You better dig down into the barrel, bud. We're going to be great
Golly.
in every aspect. I'm loving our team right now. We already got to be the pick to win it, I think.
Man, nice pick, nice pick. All right, I've got Cade Klubnik at quarterback. I have Alabama's offensive line. I have Texas's defense, and I have Nicholas Singleton, a running back out of Penn State. I will go ahead and take. I want Notre Dame's wide receiver and tight end room. Now, I do think that you got the best one with the pick of the litter with the Buckeyes because the tight end, Max Clare, is so strong to pair with those wide receivers. But Malachi Fields transferring into Notre Dame at wide receiver from Virginia, 6'4", 220, to pair with Jordan Faison, who we've already seen help him lead him to a national championship game last year. And then the Jaden Greathouse kid, 1,600 yards over, well, actually, that was from Malachi Fields, but Jaden Greathouse, who we saw make big-time plays in the college football playoff last year. I like Notre Dame's wide receiver room. Let's see. I mean, they have a couple of tight ends. I don't know how those guys are going to perform, but I'm going to take Notre Dame's wide receiver room.
All right, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. So right now I have running back, O-line, and receiver already picked. The question is do I go ahead and pull it on the quarterback room, and who do I take?
I mean, you got a lot of great options.
Yeah, I know I have a lot of great options.
Nuss?
No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want someone who can move a little bit. I would go DJ Lagway, but I just don't know about the shoulder.
So it's Lenoris.
I don't know about the shoulder. I'm going to go Sam Levitt.
Wow, I like that.
Nice.
Arizona State.
I like that pick. I actually like that pick. So it's back to me, right?
I go back to back, correct?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, go ahead.
Unless I'm mistaken. I
No,
go
you're
back
good.
to
Go ahead.
back. And I'm going to go ahead and take, I mean, this is just an absolute easy pick. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs defense.
Georgia Bulldogs defense? All right. That's
So
good.
now it's my pick with 2 picks remaining?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
You know what? Give me... I want Kirby Smart at head coach.
I don't hate
I want
that.
Kirby Smart at head coach.
I don't
Sorry.
hate that.
That's who we want leading our team, man.
All right. I'm going to take, and listen, some people will say, oh, well, there's better ones out there. I'm taking Iowa's offensive line. Huge, white, pissed. That's what I want. That's what I want. They're going to have guys go to the league every year. They're going to lose some. They've got guys they develop. Give me Iowa's offensive line to put Johnny Mateer behind to protect him, to give him time to get the ball to Ohio State's wide receivers and Max Clare tight end. That's what I'm going to take.
All right, and you get your,
Yep.
Is this your last pick?
Now I got 2 more. I believe, right? I need a coach and a running back to get us to 7. Did you take Nicholas Singleton or Katron Allen?
I took Singleton.
I'm going to take Isaac Brown from Louisville.
Running back?
Running back. Absolutely electric. One of the fastest backs in the country. I know he's not a bigger guy, but with Johnny Mateer's running ability, that RPO game, what we can do in the speed sweep, we can line him out wide, get him in the screen game. We got Iowa's big, physical, huge offensive line. He can kind of get lost behind him a little bit, take off and go. So give me Isaac Brown at running back.
I thought you might take Jaden Ott transferring to Oklahoma.
Almost did. I'm worried about the injuries.
Yeah.
Worried about the injuries. But it was a great get for Oklahoma.
Yeah,
It's a great
for
get.
sure.
Same theory, kind of a little bit.
Okay, so all I need left is a kicker, I believe, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, because I only have one left.
I'm going to take the kid from BYU, Will Farron. Set a program record with 24 field goals last year. Since you got Dominic Zvada from Michigan, I'm going to take Will Farron from BYU.
Nice.
Okay, so I have running back, O-line, receiver, QB, defense. So technically I have 2 left.
Yeah. After this pick, you'll have one left. We'll all have one left.
Okay. So does the head coach got to be retired or does he got to be in?
No, he's got to be current. You're not getting Saban. Nice try, though.
Okay. Go ahead and give me...
Well, you'll be done after this. You get 2 picks, right?
Go ahead and give me, from a head coaching standpoint, go ahead and give me Sark.
Gonna go Sark.
Go ahead
Don't
and give me
hate.
Sark. Sam Levin and Sark together. I mean, that's just absolutely a Jackson Pollock.
Especially after what he saw him do to Texas last year. I don't think Sark could be. I know we say Arch, this, that, and the other. I don't think Sark could be pissed if he had Sam Levitt. I just like Sam Levitt too, man.
Me too.
All right, and for my kicker, give me Colin Rogers,
Okay.
SMU.
Okay. Well, back to you, Dave.
I feel like my roster's complete. Where did we mess up?
I may have not picked 2 twice since you have 7.
Okay, you might have skipped one.
I think I was supposed to pick twice one time and I didn't, but that's fine.
Okay.
Because it's not going to matter because I'm going Dan Lanning.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Going Dan
Really?
Lanning at head coach. Golly. I
All right,
tell
so
you what,
let's go through our teams. Go
Let's
through
go
your
through.
team. David, go through your
All
team.
right,
I'll go
all
through
right. Here's what and I'm going to go in order of what I picked them. I wrote them down in
Okay.
order of what I picked. So first round, I went Ohio State, wide receiver and tight end room speaks for itself. I took Clemson's defense. I took John Mateer at quarterback, Dominic Zvada at kicker, Iowa's offensive line, Isaac Brown at running back, and Dan the Man Lanning at head coach. Strap them up, boys. We got basically the Avengers 4.
All right, here's what I got.
So it's not lame.
I got Kirby Smart coaching this squad, first off. All right, Cade Klubnik out of Clemson at quarterback. I got Nicholas Singleton at running back out of Penn State. I think he's going to have a huge year. I got Notre Dame's wide receiver and tight end room, Alabama's offensive line. I got Texas's defense, and then I got Will Ferrin out of BYU as my kicker.
It's pretty good.
All right, for me, first pick I took was the wide receiver room, and that was Auburn with 2 absolute studs when it comes there. Then I went Florida's offensive line. Then I went Jeremiah Love at running back. I went Sam Levitt at quarterback. I took Georgia's defense. Sark is my head coach. My kicker is Colin Rogers, long field goal kicker from SMU.
Nice. I feel good about our teams.
I feel good
about our team. In the comments, we want to know, who do you think has the best team? And then give us who your 7 picks are. Remember, it's wide receiver, tight end. It's defense as a unit, offensive line, quarterback, running back, kicker, and then coach. So we want to know. I've discovered this incredible tool that gives me real-time insights into my metabolism through something as simple as my breath. It's called Lumen. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. All you need to do is breathe into it first thing in the morning, and you'll know exactly what's happening with your metabolism, whether you're burning fats or carbs. Based on your measurements, Lumen creates a personalized nutrition plan just for you. Since your metabolism is basically the engine behind everything your body does, when it's working really well, you get all kinds of great benefits. You'll find it easier to manage your weight. You'll have more energy throughout the day. You'll see better results from your workouts, and you'll even sleep better. It all connects back to having a healthy metabolism. The warmer months are coming for some of you that are already here, so spring back into your health and fitness. Go to lumen.me/booster to get 15% off your Lumen. That's lumen.me/booster for 15% off your purchase. And thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah, I love that, guys. That's
that was
awesome.
fun. That was fun.
Graphics.
That was fun.
All right, a couple reactions to get to here if you guys want to wrap up the week.
Yeah, let's wrap.
There's a Colorado fan who is suing over emotional distress.
Emotional damage.
How much is he suing for, Control Room?
It's $100 million.
Right? $100 million over the emotional distress for Shadur Sanders slipping in the NFL draft. Thoughts?
So does this mean I can sue Auburn's football team? Because I get emotional distress every time they snap the ball.
You thought $100 million was a lot. Auburn owes me a lot more than that for distress. This is just, it's lame. It's so lame. It's obviously not a joke. I guess it was.
Is it not?
I hope it is. And I hope it was one of Shadur's buddies, as a joke. Because if this is true, I'm just worried about us versus China, man.
I can't wait to see a picture of who actually suing, and it's just Deion Sanders with a fake mustache.
That's the first thing I actually thought. But this is so lame.
First of all, you're not winning this.
Well, no, but and look, you can sue anybody over anything if you want to waste your time and waste your money and get an attorney. My question is, when you do something like this that is this asinine, are you at any point in the process wasting taxpayer money? Does this have to go, or is this I know it's not a criminal charge, so it's not like a district attorney is involved, It's a civil thing, but it's somewhere in the process, and I don't know the answer to it. Are you wasting taxpayer dollars by doing something like this? Because that's a real waste.
Well, if it goes far enough, yeah. If it's actually goes, but if you're just paying a lawyer to file this civilly, you're just wasting your money. I don't think it'll go far, but could you imagine if Oh Boy got any money off this? The amount of, that's why, one, it'll never, because it's just stupid, first off. Now, there's been some stupid-ass lawsuits that have worked before, believe me. I'm not putting anything past anybody. But if this somehow were to squeak through and Oh Boy got $100, that's $100, not $100 million. This would open up the floodgates.
Well, the attorney was $1,200 an hour, but...
how much
here's
do you
your $100.
love Shadur? Look, Cam Newton obviously did wonderful things for my fandom. But if he'd have fell to the second round, I'd be like, oh, well, damn. Okay, I'm going to just now go do everything else.
It's amazing Shadur Sanders has guy groupies.
Yeah.
That are out here suing.
I assume it's a guy.
Guy peas.
Guy peas?
Yeah.
Yeah, there has to be a guy.
Someone commented under the post when I posted this and said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That is true.
Yeah, but dude, like you had to, didn't you have
But
to
at the end of the day,
file a
I
lawsuit?
don't know.
and at the end of the day, some shots are still bad shots.
Yeah.
Just because Steph Curry shoots it
Yeah.
doesn't
Why
mean
are you shooting it from half court?
Yeah, you're not him. It's like that guy in the grocery store, brother. You're not him.
No, not at all.
Oh, man. All right, next one up here. George Pickens. Is he going to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Dude.
What's the deal with that?
Well, first of all, Steelers fans, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What a terrible way to wake up.
What
a terrible way to wake up. And you know who it's to? The Cowboys, who everybody hates.
So
I don't hate the Cowboys.
I've got a ton of respect for Mike Tomlin.
Except David.
Right? You can say what he wants. You can say what you want about them struggling in the playoffs. I get it. But he's won a lot of games. I'm trying to figure out why the Steelers is like the Arkham Asylum for wide receivers, just where all the nuts ones go. It's incredible to see, actually. I did see somebody post on social media that said the Cowboys broke the golden Tomlin rule. Never take a receiver that he let go. But when you look at the Steelers roster, and we all know George Pickens is kind of nuts. Like, even at Georgia. Like, and sometimes that kind of helps guys. But there's also levels to the nuts. How, that sounds bad out of context.
Mm-hmm.
But how bad must it have been when you look at who they going to throw the ball to? Calvin Austin?
Who's going to throw the ball?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you look at that roster, we got to let him go. Like, how bad was it for the Steelers to be like, nah, just go. Just go. Now, if you're the Cowboys, if you're George Pickens.
Jerry Jones.
I mean, we'll see, though.
Well done.
Again, we'll see, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like,
I mean,
he goes in there and all of a sudden he sets CeeDee Lamb's car on fire or something.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Like,
at least with like Antonio Brown, when it went bad and he left the Steelers, he had already had 7 1,000-yard receiving seasons. At least with Le'Veon Bell at running back, when it went bad, he had balled out for the Steelers. George Pickens, I feel like never. I mean, you don't have a half a dozen seasons of 1,000-yard production with him, right?
Yeah.
So like.
He's nuts.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Well,
you remember that picture of him looking himself getting drafted in the ski mask?
I mean, yeah, which I think is hilarious. But if you're the Cowboys, phenomenal. You have somebody across from CeeDee Lamb now for Dak Prescott. It's going to be great for him.
Hey, put some respect on Jalen Tolbert's name.
If you're, shout out South. But if you're the Steelers, like I would understand this. One, you brought in DK Metcalf, right? Who's a certified crash out as well. So you have DK Metcalf and George Pickens, one of the best duos in the NFL. If you're going to get rid of George Pickens, first of all, I would thought you'd have done it during the draft.
No, but that's
right for picks. Yeah. And 2, how many receivers did the Steelers draft?
But that's my point. If
0.
People are going to say, what do you mean who you're going to throw to? You got DK Metcalf. That's it, buddy. He's getting bracketed. I can go ahead and tell you. He's going to get bracketed. There's nobody else that scares me.
No.
Nobody else that scares me at all.
And it's amazing, like, unless Aaron Rodgers steps in, if I'm Aaron Rodgers now, I don't know. I might go ahead and hang it up. I'm going to walk without.
That's another thing.
Wide receiver
I didn't think about
Who's throwing it to him?
Yeah. Like,
well, I'm saying if you're Aaron Rodgers.
And it's you draft Will Howard in the 6th round. Will Howard's not coming in and starting for the Steelers. No. At least I don't believe that. If you're not going to be great at quarterback, you know what helps that? Having 2 really good wide receivers. So not only are you going to be mediocre at quarterback, you're going to have one receiver who's really about his salt, who's going to get bracketed the entire game, and you're going to have nobody else to help a mediocre quarterback room. I don't know what the Steelers are doing. I do not know what the Steelers are doing, and it's usually not like this from a Mike.
Well, that's
Mike
my point.
Coach.
It must have been that bad. Like, it must have been that bad. And this, like, to me, this came out of nowhere. Like
6 o'clock in the morning.
It came out of nowhere. Like, I want to know what. And the Cowboys took him. So it's not like he went and bombed a humane society or something like that. Like, they took him. So now, you got 2 guys. You can bracket 2 guys, but that opens up everything else in the middle. I feel great about it. We can make average players look great when you're having to double other guys.
This is the exact trade, all right? The Cowboys will get George Pickens. They'll send a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick to Pittsburgh Steelers for Pickens and a 2027 6th-round pick.
Okay. And now the Steelers wide receiver room minus George Pickens is DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin III, Robert Woods, Roman Wilson, Scotty Miller, Ben.
Yeah.
Skowronek.
Dead for an hour.
Skowronek.
It's so
Brandon Johnson and Lance McCutcheon.
Yeah. It just
it ain't
good.
I'm not trying to be mean, but that is a ass wide receiver room.
Yeah. In the NFL. Like, And we'll see with DK.
And it's not like you got a guy
The
out
first
there
time it goes bad, I want to see with DK. The first time, whoever's playing court for the Steelers, those one in the third row.
You thought DK was a crash out at Seattle.
Yeah.
Now just wait. He's got less help.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't got Geno Smith. He don't got Tyler Lockett. Like, he don't have those guys running around. Noah Fant.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Like, those aren't there anymore. DK Metcalf is now in a way worse situation in Pittsburgh.
He's basically Tom Hanks in Castaway now.
Also, the Jags released wide receiver Gabe Davis. Remember, last offseason they signed him to 3 years, $39 million.
Yeah. Well, if I'm Pittsburgh, please, can I read
I think it's an injury thing we gave.
Yeah. Sad, though. Very interesting. All right. Well, we hope everybody has a much better weekend than what the Steelers fans are feeling right now. And again, I want to know who you guys would draft and who you thought won the returning college football player/group draft that we did. Everybody be safe out there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and like the chances of me taking anybody from the Steelers in fantasy football this year, we're going. Gone.